Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shal Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Last time I spoke to you about Shiva as the Lord of Tantra and how Tantra is actually a system of both science and art devised by Shiva to allow us to cruise happily in this journey of life. This time, I am here to talk to you about a modern device and how there is a collation of that with Shiva's own device. Many of you must have seen or be having in your car a device like this on your dashboards. This one is called a TomTom. Or then we have a device on our phone which is normally like this, and it's called Maps. Google Maps right here at the bottom, and when we press it, it normally shows us where we are and routes, and it allows for navigation. It is called GPS. I'm sure all of you are aware of GPS, and either you have it on your cars like I showed you, or you have it on your phone, on your device, and it's an excellent little thing which navigates your path for you. Where you have to go, you just type it in and it quickly checks from a signal where you are, and from there makes a route for you and guides you vocally where to go, which turn to take, and how to finally arrive at your destination. And this GPS, which has made traveling very convenient locally, internationally, in foreign lands, short journeys, long journeys, destination travels, going into a crowded colony, all that has become very easy with this GPS. And GPS means Global Positioning System. It is a system which has been thought out, and it, like I said, takes you to your destination by first checking where you are and then making a route for you. And the most beautiful part of this GPS is that if you have been inattentive listening to the last direction, and it has asked you, let's say, to turn left 200 meters ahead, and you forget that and you have gone straight up ahead, it quickly reroutes everything for you and gives you another option to get to your destination from where you are now. It gives you a second chance. And some of us who are not attentive even then, we may miss our turn or the direction more than once, and the GPS very faithfully, very efficiently again reroutes and makes a new route for us and gives it to us, and it carries on doing this unless we switch it off, or then finally when we have arrived at our destination and we hear that familiar voice, you have arrived at your destination. Obviously, the analogy here is very simple. God also has a GPS for us, God's positioning system. And the methodology is almost the same. God checks where we are right now in our spiritual journey, and He makes a route for us for our destination, which is Him Himself, or our self-realization, our enlightenment. So in Shaivite parlance, Shiva has a positioning system in which he checks where you are, and if you are interested to reach him, he directs you on a route. Now, how does he do that? In our TomToms or our maps, we have this lady or a very smart gent speaking to us, and telling us the directions, and we can choose the language which we want to hear. So normally it may be English, or it may be Hindi, or it may be French or German, and so on. In the spiritual realm, this voice or this language would mean which kind of text, sacred text, we want to follow to reach God, to reach self-realization. And there are many. We have the Shrutis, the Samritis, we have the Vedas, we have the Tantras, the Buddhists have their Pali canon, and we have the Yoga Vashishta, Ashtavakra Gita, the Bible, and so many such beautiful languages to choose from, so many maps to choose from. And like the GPS device, God in His compassion also gives us not just a second chance, but many chances if we are not attentive enough and if we have missed a turn or two in life. He also reroutes. He makes a new route for us, again tells us where to go. This comes to us in the shape of a text, a guide, a guru, a satsang, which is a congregation. And if we are determined travelers, we also change our direction and go to the right direction, which will take us to our destination. And the ancient seers, the rishis and the munis, the sages of the east and the west, the north and the south, have followed this God's positioning system for a very long time. And they traveled and traveled and traveled, not just hours or days or weeks or years, but they traveled many lifetimes to arrive at that beautiful destination, which is self-realization. Your homecoming to God is your own self-realization, your enlightenment, your satori, your atma vyapti. And therefore, this system is always available to us, but we have to switch it on. And then after we switch it on, we have to start our journey and keep going in that direction. If we take a wrong turn or two, like I said, we have to resume. And finally, we have to reach where we will hear the most quoted words, "You have arrived at your destination." So this was my little take on how God too has His device for us. Those who want to travel will always be given guidelines, will always be given routes. My own favorite route is the one given in Kashmir by Shiva himself, which is called the Shiva Sutras, which is the most excellent God and man mapping that I have come across. It is the best GPS system. But there is a free choice. You can choose your language, you can choose your text, but the important thing is start your journey and arrive. I hope you liked this little analogy. I will be here with you next Monday again with yet another story or wisdom from Mahadev. Om Namah Shivaya.